Hello everyone and welcome to I guess what is my first proper video on YouTube. This is BLIN-MACHINE and I just want to start off by saying thank you everyone for the recent support and everybody who's been subscribing and liking my videos and watching my videos. Really appreciate it. So today we're gonna be doing something really cool. We're going to be qualifying for the next season, season 4 of F1 AOR America. Last season we did okay. I joined as a reserve driver. I joined 6 races in, so I did miss out on some potential points there. But we made the best of it anyways, and we actually managed to get a second place on our second race. So some decent points. After 3 races, we got promoted to a full-time seat. Unfortunately, that was with a racing point, so I didn't get too much luck there. Today, we need to set some time trial times on 3 different tracks. Luckily, we are using the Mercedes car. We do not need to use the Force India again. But yeah, I mean, overall, that season went really well. Me and my teammate Aledi, we managed to get the championship as a constructors. So we got the team to win the constructors championship. So overall, we did all right. But yeah, I would rather be in a different car. So let's go ahead and jump into the Mercedes here today. Now, the 3 different tracks that we're gonna have to tackle here today are going to be Spain, which is actually pretty ironic because the preseason testing is actually going on as I was recording the gameplay from this. And then we also need to set a lap around Hungary, and we need to set a lap around the USA, Coda. Now, luckily enough, just before I started recording this, I had to race around Hungary. That was on the Saturday. I think I was recording this on a Tuesday or a Monday. And we did actually manage to set a really good time in that session. It's gonna come up on the screen right now. If I remember correctly, it was a 1 minute 15.9. So we were pretty close to the top guys. Mainly, as I said, I always look at RC7 as sort of like a, the bar for that particular league. So I was very close to him. I think we were, out of all of my friends list, we were like 7th and 8th or somewhere around there. So I think that was a pretty good position for me. So I was very confident about my time there. But what we're gonna do here today is we're gonna qualify on the other 2 tracks that we need to do here. So we're gonna go over to Spain and we're gonna try and qualify over there and see what we can do. At the time that I was recording this, we were actually going through the preseason testing, which was happening at Spain as well. So at the time I thought, oh, this is, a pretty good time to do a little bit of a recording and see if I can qualify for this league at the same time. So I was really excited going into this, but I'm new to all of this and, this happened. Alright guys, so being the noob that I am at making videos and streaming and being a YouTuber, I I just realized that this whole time that I've been racing around this circuit and trying to improve my time, I wasn't recording. So I was talking, I thought that I was recording and talking, and nope. Yeah, so that's what happened there. Now, when I first got into this time trial, I was about 18.6, so we did manage to improve our time a little bit to 118.0, but honestly, I always look at RC7 as being sort of, the benchmark for the league for AOR in particular, but also for other leagues that I've seen him in. He's a really great driver. So yeah, there was still a little bit of work to do. He's at a 117.768 and we're currently at a 118.0, so about 3/10 of a second there to catch up. So this time around, I did press the record button, so here's what happened after that. So I'm just gonna show you guys my fastest lap around here, just because I already did so many laps and I forgot to record all of them. So by this moment, I just, didn't want to keep on running around here anymore. So we're coming out right now. We're on the straight, the start-finish straight. We're coming into the corner one. This lap is very, very tricky, but you gotta hit this apex and then not takes the second apex. I know a lot of people do take it, but I try to avoid that one. And then you really gotta stick it around corner 3. Those first 3 corners really come at you really quick. And then corner 4, I really always miss this one. I really wish I could get that one a little bit better. I think there's more time in there, but we do go purple by just a little bit there. So now we're coming around and we're coming into the most trickiest corners for me, at least 7, 8, and then 9 is a really big swooping one, and you gotta keep your momentum coming around here because the DRS zone is coming up right now, and you gotta be full speed, you gotta just commit. And then corner 10 is really, really hard. You gotta stick to that inside curb and try to keep your back coming around here, and then coming around the next couple of corners, again, very, very tricky. I do miss that one a little bit, so there's still a little bit of time that I could have gained now. And then 14 and 15, and then just 16 to go. Again, you gotta hit this one, really cut that last chicane, come around this corner, flat out everything you have, DRS, we open it up, and we go 117.707, and I was very, very happy with that time. I wasn't gonna keep on running around here. I thought that that was pretty good for me. I did in total, it looks like around 13 laps or something around there, and that was my last lap. So yeah, I really liked that lap. I said, that's enough. Let's move on to USA. It did put us in a good position here. We actually beat RC, we beat Schnitzel, we almost beat Kersey, but honestly, he's a little bit too quick for me at this point. And again, we're still running with assists. I'm still using the medium traction and the ABS. I really got to get rid of those by the time that I go to, maybe the next game, I'm thinking. But yeah, we're gonna move on here to USA Circuit of the Americas, COTA, as everybody usually calls it in Formula One. This track, I'm really not great on this track, but I do find that it's a track that once you start running on it for a little bit, you can really get better. Right now we're top 36, we have a 132.3, we're sitting 15th in our own list. RC is currently 7th on that list, so a little bit of work to do here. I decided to jump into my setup and sort of, change some things around a little bit. You guys can see that right now on your screen as well. I do like showing my setup sometimes, but honestly, I'm not a setup guru or anything else like that. I usually just try to run in time trial as much as I can before a race and use that as practice and just sort of try to work out my setup that way. But yeah, we move on to the USA. I'm gonna show you guys a few laps here, just sort of like improvements, slowly but surely. I was really, really trying on this track. It's really, really hard for me, but yeah, we managed to get some good results here before in other league races. So just trying to sort of keep it clean and keep it committed. Honestly, one of the reasons I wanted to show you guys this video and me just qualifying for these leagues and doing time trials, as I said, this is exactly how I practice for a race. I might do a Grand Prix or maybe an online race with a couple of the people from the league just to get a strategy worked out, but this is how I work out my setup every single week for pretty much every single race that I race in. So yeah, and I just wanted to show you guys that you don't get it on your first lap. Sometimes you watch some people on YouTube and they're just absolutely amazing and they just keep on getting everything absolutely perfect, but it doesn't happen like that. We come around that lap and we're half a second behind our best time. Now, my best time here was actually set like a few months ago, before the new patch came out, and I always notice anytime that a patch comes out, definitely speeds you up in certain tracks and in certain situations. So, you just got to keep on driving around, you just got to keep on going and keep on doing laps, and slowly but surely you will improve. We come around the first sector here, we do improve a little bit by 0.094 of a second, so not much, but as we come around here, we're actually gaining so much more time. Now, this corner is sort of like a hairpin. It tightens up as you go around, as you can see here, and you really got to keep it together. We do lose a little bit of time coming onto the straight here, opening up the DRS, really giving it everything, but still losing a little bit of time. I was really bleeding time because my previous lap that I set up here was on a setup that was really low aero, so I switched it up a little bit to give me a little bit more balance in the corners, give me a little bit more confidence with the car as well. I really find some tracks you just really have to work your confidence up slowly but surely. But yeah, we're coming around here now, and we did improve a little bit, but as you saw there, as we came around that corner, we just lost some time there, and we come around the line now, and we lose 1.129 of a second, even though we were faster in Sector 1 and 2. We just lost it in Sector 3 coming around those last couple of corners, but we keep on trying. As I said again, just gotta keep on putting in those laps and work it out. But yeah, whenever you see people doing much better, they didn't get there in one day. It really takes a lot of practice. A great example of that is when I got my wheel for the first time, I was really quick on the pad, and I was like, if I get the wheel, I'm gonna be much faster. But when I got the wheel, I was surprised that for about a week or so, I really had to learn it again, and I was actually slower on the wheel for a very long time. So you just gotta keep on, trying and keep on changing things in the setup, trying different things, different lines, brake a little bit later than you did before, and that's how you really gain time around any of these tracks. As you can see here right now, we're doing a really good lap here, but we do miss that corner, so again, more time to gain on the table here, but we're almost 3/10 up. We do gain time coming out of this corner, surprisingly, but then we lose it right away. Now you gotta really stick it into high gear here and really keep it close to the inside. This last corner, I really love cutting it. It gives you so much momentum coming into here, and I think we might improve on this one. We come around the last lap, and we do improve to a 132.2, but still just not good enough. There's still so much more time to gain in all of the different corners, so I decided to keep on going a little bit. I jumped back into my setup, tried a few other things here. We did bounce up to 33%, but that's really not enough. As I said, I want to get close to our C as possible. That one Porchy dude as well, another one of my friends on that list. He's very quick. He's actually my teammate for the new season of AOR, so yeah, sorry about that if that gives you guys a little bit of a spoiler. But yeah, we did qualify for the league, and we've got a great driver beside us as a teammate. But yeah, that's why I want to, be doing better and be as close as possible to those guys, because I'm going to be racing with them in the next, few weeks until the new game comes out. We're doing a shorter schedule for this one. So we have a little bit of work to do here, so we go around for another lap here. You can see we're gaining a lot of time here, almost 5/10, but then we lose the car. We go outside, we go on the grass, we cut that corner, we lose a lot of time there. We're still gaining time, but we're about to lose it all here coming in, and yeah, we definitely lose it. So we cut to another lap here. We did end up finishing that lap, and we ended up losing 4/10 on that one, so not a great one, but as I said, we keep on going, we keep on setting more laps, and we'll see if we can improve more. This first corner was a little bit hard for me, but then, I learned how to get around there without losing the back and without losing too much time. These corners, you really don't even brake for the first two, you just sort of come off the throttle, and then for this one, you might touch the brakes a little bit. This one, I might have gotten it a little bit better, but again, we're gaining a lot of time here. We're up by 4/10 coming out of that one, and also really getting it really nicely, still up by 3/10 and a bit. Really trying to get this tight braking corner over here, and then coming out to the front again. We're gonna have the DRS zone coming up right now. We're still 3.8 tenths up, so we're doing really well in this lap. I really hope we can complete this one and do a really good time. Coming into this next little tricky sector, and then this really nice right-hander. You really gotta brake a little bit early so you can get those two chicanes, sort of like a really long right-hander. We're still up. We're actually up by almost 6/10 now. 5.2. Oh, we're losing a little bit of time, but if we can keep it through the last couple of corners here, we can really do a great lap here and bounce ourselves up into a great position. We really missed that last, or one before last corner. Coming into the last corner now, coming into it really nice and tight, keeping the back around, and we're gonna come around and we do a 131.8. And that was a pretty good lap. That actually put me, I think, into the top 25% of all players. But we do a few more laps here because I really felt like I left a little bit on the table, especially in this first corner and a couple of other corners around the track. I really felt I could do a little bit better. I think I changed my arrow in the pits again. Again, I just sort of felt like I wasn't getting enough balance in the car, especially because this track has so many different corners. This track is really a good driver's track. A lot of drivers like to drive around here because it takes so much concentration and you gotta really keep it together. As you see here, we're not really great at that. It takes us quite a few laps to put in some good times, but we're gonna watch this lap here because it doesn't seem like we're gonna improve on this lap. I'm already losing quite a bit of time coming onto this straight, so I wasn't really hoping for much, but this lap really shows you that sometimes you gotta complete the lap because you never know where you lost some time on the previous best lap that you had. So just take it until the end, commit until the end, see what you can do. And we're gonna follow around this track because we're coming into this corner and you can see we're really down. We're almost 2/10, 2.5 tenths down, but then we get a really good exit out of that corner and we start cutting away the time. We stick it a little bit tighter around this one. We gain some time there. We're gonna cut this corner much more than we did before. We gain a lot of time there, and then this last corner, I decided to just give it everything I had, full throttle, coming right out, and we actually gain a little bit more time, a 1:31.7, and that put me up into a really good position. And at this point, I've been racing for a couple of hours already, so I was done. I was happy with this time. I just wanted to show you guys, how I qualify for these leagues whenever they ask you to qualify and how you can improve your lap. So, thank you again for watching. I really hope you guys learned something and you really enjoyed this one. This has been BLIN-MACHINE with you again. Please remember to subscribe to my channel, watch my videos, check out the race that I did in AOR this Sunday. And yeah, thank you again for watching. I will see you very soon.